Hey there everyone, today is another magical day, and by your popular request I am creating the how-to guide for Toy Story Midway Mania and getting your highest score ever. There are so many tips and tricks to share with you today, but I want you to keep in mind that even after years of working on my skills, I have never gotten best of the month. I've gotten best of the week, I've gotten best of the hour, but never best of the month. So it goes to show it takes a long time to kind of figure out the best method for you. But today I'm going to share the tips and tricks so you can beat your personal best. Very briefly, Toy Story Midway Mania is a ride at Hollywood Studios, one of the best rides in my opinion. You walk into Toy Story Land. As you make your way around the bend past Woody, to the left hand side you'll find the entrance. It is a virtual game where you wear 3D glasses and you use a little blaster kind of mounted to the ride, pull a string and blast something, whether it's a pie or maybe a pin, whatever it is, at the virtual screens to get the high score. Now for those who have been on the ride before, you know it moves around quite a bit and those 3D effects are super cool, but it also makes recording it a little bit difficult, so I'm going to do my best to describe every part of the ride to you and tell you the secrets of each round. Now first things first, do you ride yourself or ride with a friend? I personally recommend riding with a friend, especially if you're new to Toy Story Midway Mania, and even if you know it well, it helps to be with a friend, especially during that Buzz Lightyear round. It's very difficult to unlock that Easter egg by yourself. Now that being said, once you're a little bit more experienced, maybe you'll get a better score by yourself, but that's down the road. When you start off, I recommend riding with a friend. After you sit down and put that lap bar down, put your glasses on, you'll make your way into the attraction. First things first, you'll make your way to the practice round. When you get there, do not tire out your arm. Maybe take 1 or 2 practice shots just to make sure you've got the aim right, but rest your arm. You're going to need your strength. The very first scene is the Barnyard scene. You'll see a lot of barnyard animals all around, and depending on which side of the screen you're on, you'll see a small hen house in the bottom right or bottom left corner of the screen, and in the alternate upper corner you'll see a larger barn. First things first, hit those large gophers standing behind the hen house, knock them over, and then hit that fox on top of the hen house. If you're playing with someone else, someone should go for that little mouse going around the outside of the large barn. When you click the fox in the hen house, hens start coming out. You want to hit all of those hens, and in the big barn, once you hit that small mouse, very difficult to do, the entire barn will flip over and small mice will appear throughout the barn. Depending on your skill level, this may be enough for the entire round for you, but if not, not to worry. You can also take out those 100-point pigs and then kind of hit that cat. The cat in the upper left-hand corner, right-hand corner will continue to increase in value over the game as you hit the gophers down, then the cat down, and the pigs down. That being said, I would prioritize the fox and the hens coming out. Hit that fox on top of the hen house and the hens come out, hit all those hens, and then you'll be in really good shape. Now after you hit all the mice inside that barn that's flipped over, you hit all the mice and then there'll be 1,000-point mice throughout the entire game. Hit all of those mice as well. At this point game's probably over, but you want to aim for those. The next game is called Dino Darts. What you do is you take your little blaster, it has darts now to pop those balloons, and you start popping them on the screen. First priority is that mountain where you see the lava starting to pour out made of balloons. Hit those as fast as you can. Hit the one, then hit the dinosaurs with the balloons, then hit more of that lava coming out of the mountain. When you first come up to the mountain, there'll be one tube, one balloon full of lava. Click that one, then shoot other things. The dinosaurs are my favorite. Then come back to the mountain. Immediately when you see the lava come back, shoot the 2 balloons, then the dinosaurs again, then shoot 3 balloons of lava when it reappears. After all of that is said and done, it will erupt. The mountain will erupt and you'll get balloons that are worth a lot of points. Shoot all of them if possible. After the eruption is complete, you'll see 2 meteors on each side of the screen. You're going to hit each one 3 times, and every time you hit it, it's going to move forward and the balloon's going to get slightly smaller. Once both of those meteors make their way all the way down, you're going to get a meteor shower where large groups of balloons are going to come in first from the right hand side and explode right in the middle of the screen. You're going to shoot them as fast as you can. By this point the game is just about wrapping up, but you want to shoot them as many times as possible. Next up we have the Green Army Men and Sarge. Sir, yes sir, you'll see a baseball cannon that you have and plates on the screen. What you're going to want to do is count to about 7. I've timed it now. You actually start saying in your head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then by the time you get to 5 or 6, you're gonna put your gun up on the upper right or upper left hand side with a friend. You really need a friend for this one. You'll see a plate shoot up, a 2,000 point plate will shoot up on both sides of the mountain in the horizon. You need to hit them both at the same time, meaning that maybe one's coming up, one's coming down, that's fine, but as long as they're both on the screen at the same time and both get shot during that one round where they're both popping up at the same time, you are going to find the Easter egg. As soon as you do that, and then it does take practice, both those plates smash at the same time, the entire front face of the mountain is going to drop down and you'll see a tank revealed. At that point, 4 of those 2,000 point plates are going to shoot up from the horizon, kind of in a cascade effect, very, very interesting, and 5,000 point plates are going to be thrown by that tank at each side of the vehicle. You want to hit every single one of those plates that's flying up and the 5,000 point plates and those planes going by that are also carrying around 2,000 point plates. It is worth a lot and you want to try and hit as many as possible. It does take a bit of practice to hit those plates that are shooting up at the horizon. That's the hard part of this one. It really is. After a while you'll understand where to aim after about 5 or 6 seconds, but you want to look for it and on each side. Doing it by yourself is extremely difficult. I think I've done it once by myself. The other times I've had David with me, my brother, and he'll shoot one and I'll shoot one, and then we'll be able to unlock that Easter egg. The next game is called Buzz Lightyear's Flying Tossers, and before you make it to the game, speak very, very quickly in advance who's going to take that top of the spaceship, who's going to take the bottom of the spaceship, because when you first enter the game, you'll see a large spaceship with lots of aliens sitting on top, kind of sits as a background piece, and one person, depending on your skill level, will hit all those aliens on the top of it, the other person will start working their way from the bottom, you meet in the middle, and as long as those aliens are all down by those rings at the same time, the entire spaceship launches off, revealing Gigantobot. Unlocking this Easter egg is one of the more difficult ones because you do need to get all of those aliens down on the spaceship at the same time. If you've tried before, you may know this is a very difficult one to do, but it is worth it. It's worth it if you can get it. When Gigantobot is revealed, he'll open his mouth for 100 points. You can start shooting into his mouth, very easy to do, but I'd actually recommend not doing that for the 100 point value. I would shoot some of the planets and spaceships on the right and left that are worth 2,000 or 5,000, they're all around, and wait for Gigantobot to close his mouth, then open it again, worth more points, 500, 1,000, 2,000, and when he opens his mouth, shoot as fast as you can, as fast as you can. Pull that string and shoot as many rings in there as possible. That should take you through the rest of the game, but if it doesn't, keep shooting those 2,000 and 5,000 point targets until the game ends. The next game you'll come to is called Woody's Rootin' Tootin' Shootin', and this is a game that is extremely difficult to accomplish by yourself. I've personally never been able to unlock the Easter egg here by myself. I have, however, unlocked it with David, and the way to do that is to shoot every single target once. And I'm not just talking about the main targets. You hit one target and then 4 or 5 will kind of branch out from there. You have to clear every single one. So what I recommend you do is hit every target once and open them all up, and any misfires should hit an open target. So shoot all the ones and then go back and clear all the ones that have opened, and as soon as you've done that, as soon as all of them have been cleared at once, you'll open much larger scores, 2,000 point targets each. Shoot those as fast as you can, but then the game is going to transition into Stage 2. Stage 2 involves the vehicle starting to move, and you're going to be able to shoot as you're moving. Very difficult to do, but definitely possible. You shoot as many of those high value targets as possible, but if you happen to see the vulture, you want to shoot that target under the tree of the vulture and you'll reveal a 2,000 point target. Very, very helpful. You also want to aim for those snakes as you transition to the next screen, and gophers as well. They'll all have very large value targets. The last stage is the minecart stage, where you'll see mine cars coming in 4 different lanes at you, and you've got to clear every single one. If you clear every single one, you'll get to 5,000 point targets on those mine cars, and you'll also be able to hit the bats up above. Try to hit every single one. Again, difficult, not impossible. David and I have done it a couple times. Hit those targets with the bats as well, don't miss them, and then at the very, very end, you'll see one large target, and this is where you're going to want to give it everything you've got and just start firing relentlessly at this one large target, which will increase in value the more times you hit it. That bullseye at the end starts at 500, then 1,000, then 2,000, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten to 5,000 at some point. Can't confirm that, but pretty sure I have. And then at the end, rest your arm, relax, because that is the end of the game, and see how you did on the scoreboard. As you see your score tallying up, you can pull the blaster again and launch confetti if you have any strength left in your arm. It's a lot of fun. Then you transition to see best in the vehicle, best this hour, best this week, and best this month. I hope that you're able to get at least best this week or best this hour by using some of these tips. Write them down, favorite it, think about how you want to accomplish that, and get that buddy with you. Try and bring a buddy with you who knows these tips too. You're gonna go a lot further. I hope you found this video helpful and informative as you think about the high score that you want to get on Toy Story Midway Mania. I think the highest score that I've ever gotten is about 315,000 or so. Let me know your high score in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me today. Until next time, have a magical day.